Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Let me start this video by showing you something that happened today on NQ and see if you guys caught it too or it was just me. So let me show you a picture first, alright? This is the price action of NQ today. Of course, this is up to 11 a.m. There was more price action after. But I want you to focus on the open from today and the open from yesterday and see if there are any similarities between price action. Alright? What can you see in this picture? And then I'm going to show you the lipstick after. So, take a moment. First of all, we can see, the obvious one is the EMA here and here. This is the 1 hour, alright? I like to see price on the 1 hour when I'm trading. I'm scalping on the 1 minute during the day. I don't think that the daily is important, like they advertise daily buys or something, right? Because what if the daily is not clear? You don't trade that day? You're a scalper, So the 1 hour is a great higher time frame for scalpers. Remember that you don't need a lot of points. You're a scalper, you're not trying to catch the daily range, so the 1 hour is a great starting point. But let's talk about what's happening here. First thing, the top on the EMA. And this right here is the 9 a.m. candle. This too is that 9 a.m. candle, alright? So the 9:30, at 9:30 we traded to the downside, and keep in mind that we are in a trend. Alright, this is very important because I have created a strategy about this. Alright, I'm still trading it every now and then when there is a clear opportunity. So the 9:30 traded to the downside. It was like a manipulation move, right? To sweep all these lows, to trap sellers, whatever, and then a rejection. Same here, the 9:30 trade to the downside took all this, and this could be a very good reversal trade from here, right? And you can safely buy this, all right? So that's the 9:30 or the 9 a.m. candle. Look what happened at the 10 a.m. candle. So the following candle, this one here and this one here. We traded to the upside, we took the high, but we failed to close above it, so we closed inside the range. Same thing here. We opened inside the range, traded to the upside, took the high, and then we failed to close above, and we closed above the range. So this is what I was seeing when I opened the chart today. This is what I noticed. And let me show you the lipstick so you can see better. So here we go. You can see that we swept all of these at the 9:30 and rejected. Same thing here. And at 10 a.m. hourly candle traded the upside and failed to close above and close inside the range. Same here. So look what happened yesterday. The 11 a.m. candle, it traded to the upside, so it was a bullish candle. So in my mind, I had a theory that we might do the same here, all right? And based on the context, so this is not just me blindly following what happened yesterday. Based on the context, yes, we might get a bullish candle on the hourly. And this is what I mean by, or this is what I meant by, you don't need the daily expansion or the daily candle to scalp on NQ. Alright, you don't have to follow all these higher time frames. If you have an idea in mind that the next hourly candle might trade to the upside, bullish candle, then you can have really solid setups on the lower time frame. Alright, so I had an idea that we might trade to the upside, and let me show you. This is exactly what happened. Again, I don't need all this. I don't need to replicate this. All I need is that 1 hourly candle, and it happened. Now I'm gonna show you how I was able to find some setups with that idea in mind, and this is how you can build setups that you are confident with, that you can put size on these setups and have a dynamic risk instead of risking fixed percentage on every trade, because not every trade has the same probability. In my opinion, these conditions were very favorable. All right, clear trended upside, although from here we reversed later on, but still. So let me show you how I was able to build or to find a setup based on this idea in mind. All right, so this is what happened, and let me go to the hourly candle once again. This is the hourly candle. So let me put a vertical line right here, and I'm gonna show you what happened. Let's go to the 15 minutes. So the 15 minute, we had a closure, but still the 1 hour is irresponsible. In my opinion, we had a closure, but still not the kind of closures that you want to buy to take price higher, especially with that 1 hour failure. All right. So I was only looking for a rejection to the upside, and only that one particular candle on the hourly to be bullish. So we traced back to this gap on the 15 minutes. We swept it here. So the 11 a.m. candle opened here. It traded to the downside and took the low from here, and this was actually the 10 a.m. candle low. All right, so that's something. And now I'm looking for buys. So how do I confirm that? Excuse me. What I saw is this 5 minute imbalance right here. Let me remove this. So we had this 5 minute imbalance that in my mind, if we can't break above it, the whole idea and the whole theory is just not worth it to follow. So I put a condition to myself that I'm only looking for longs if we close above this imbalance, because in this leg right here, I don't see anything that can push price to the downside other than this 5 minute imbalance. So from here, and you can see the rejections from here. So I was still here when I put this condition to myself, and I saw all these rejections, and then this candle actually closed above it. You can see here. So I wanted to take a long from here, and look what happened. All right, once this closure happened, I went to the 1 minute to refine my entry, to find an area that I can enter from and not get so much heat and drawdown. So if we go to the 1 minute, I actually found that area. It was this imbalance. In my mind, it was really a good area to buy from, right? Buying from this imbalance, putting stop loss somewhere around here, right? And then I was targeting the high from here, and price actually missed that entry by 1 point, right? Half a point even, because in futures we actually dipped into this imbalance, I believe. So I missed this with half a point or 0.25. So it was frustrating, right? But I was able to find a setup right here to take price to this high. All right, to this high right here, and it was on the 5 second. So this is how I confirm my idea. When you get an idea on the 1 hour or the higher time frame, you need to confirm that on the lower time frame and let it guide you. So you put assumptions and you confirm them here. All right, I don't like to call it bias, because in your mind, everything is psychology in this game. You are biased. You think that the hourly or the daily is going to expand to the upside, so you start looking, anything will look bullish for you. All right, even if you're still bearish, you're going to start spamming the long whenever you see a break, just a minor break. That can be just a pullback for the higher time frame above that, or displacement, and it can be just a manipulation like we saw in the 930 move. So this whole move, right? So I don't like to call it buys, but let me show you what happened here on the 5 second. And I took a really nice long, and I took it to here. So I actually took this on the NQ. Yeah, it was from here. All right, and here it was on the 5 second, and I put some size on this. I was a bit confident. All right, beautiful. It was here. All right, This is the 1 minute. You can't actually see anything on the 1 minute. Maybe on the 15-second there was, yeah, you can see here on the 15-second we have all these sweeps right here. All right, and this move actually returned to a 1 minute imbalance. It was somewhere around here. It doesn't look like it, but I entered once we broke this zone right here. You can call it a break or something. I didn't want to wait for this imbalance to get broken, because in my mind this was high probability, and I was targeting the high from here. And if I waited for this to get broken, although it gave me an entry later on and a pullback, but a lot of times it will just keep trading to the upside and take the target, and I don't have a target anymore, so I'm gonna have to wait for another setup, another build up, and I took my trade from here. All right, start trading to upside, a deep pullback, but still stop loss was here, so I was protected. So I was stop loss was around here, and then a quick move to the upside and took that target, and we saw a reversal after that. So that was the build up from the 1 hour all the way to the 15, the 1 all the way to the 5-second. All right. And you can find these setups every single day. All right. Of course, the build up sometimes is gonna be easy and straightforward. Sometimes it's gonna be blurry. But if you feel like it's blurry and you can't really have a solid idea, or you can frame both ways, then all you have to do is to close the chart, come back later on, come back tomorrow. There is absolutely no need to force a trade. All right? Yeah, you're not gonna win money, but you're also not gonna lose. And a break-even day, flat day, and a loser day, which one do you think it's gonna hold you from reaching that payout? Or I don't know, what's your objective? A break-even day or a losing day? All right, a losing day can absolutely influence the next day. All right, break-even day, it's like you're starting fresh the next day. So I hope you like this video. If you have any other questions, you can always DM me in my Twitter account or leave a comment down below. All right, so, and before I close this, I'm receiving some interesting questions on my Twitter account, and I might create a video for the really interesting ones. So I found them interesting, and why not sharing it with others? All right, some of them are risk management, psychology, technical analysis, whatever. Now, happy trading and good luck.